Jessa Duggar, a name that resonates with many fans of the reality television show 19 Kids and Counting, has always been in the spotlight for her life choices, family values, and parenting style. Recently, she shared something truly special with her followers, a rare photo featuring all 5 of her children together. This unexpected glimpse into her personal life sparked an outpouring of admiration and love from fans worldwide. It's not every day that Jessa opens up this part of her world so candidly, which made the post even more meaningful to those who have followed her journey over the years. The image captures a tender moment between Jessa and her kids, radiating warmth and authenticity. In it, you can see each child showcasing their unique personalities while still reflecting the strong bond they share as siblings. From the youngest smiling brightly at the camera to the older ones standing protectively around their mother, the picture exudes a sense of unity and familial love that is both heartwarming and inspiring. The setting itself appears casual yet intimate, suggesting that this wasn't staged, but rather a spontaneous capture of genuine connection. What sets this particular photo apart is its rarity. Fans are accustomed to seeing glimpses of Jessa's life through carefully curated posts or snippets on social media, but rarely do they get to witness such an unfiltered view of her entire family together. For longtime supporters, this felt like being let in on a secret, a behind-the-scenes look at what truly matters most to Jessa, her role as a mother and caregiver. In addition to the emotional weight of the photo, there's also a visual charm that draws people in. The colors, lighting, and composition create a serene atmosphere, almost as if time stands still within the frame. Each detail, from the way Jessa holds one of her younger children close to how her older kids interact with each other, feels intentional yet effortless. There's no forced posing or artificial staging. Instead, the focus is entirely on the natural dynamics of their relationship. This authenticity struck a chord with fans, reminding them why they fell in love with Jessa's story in the first place. Social media platforms often serve as windows into the lives of public figures, but moments like these remind us that beyond the fame and scrutiny lies a real person navigating the joys and challenges of parenthood. By sharing this photo, Jessa invited her audience to celebrate not just her accomplishments, but also the everyday beauty of raising a family. And judging by the overwhelming response, it seems her message hit home in ways she may not have anticipated. When Jessa Duggar posted the photo of her with all 5 of her children, the reaction was swift and heartfelt. Fans flooded the comments section with messages expressing admiration, joy, and nostalgia. One recurring theme among the responses was the sheer delight in seeing Jessa's family portrayed so authentically. Many commented on how much they appreciated the candid nature of the photo, noting that it felt refreshingly real compared to the polished images often seen online. Phrases like, "This is everything," and "such a beautiful family," dominated the conversation, highlighting the universal appeal of witnessing genuine familial love. Another common sentiment expressed by fans was gratitude for the reminder of simpler times. Several followers mentioned how the photo brought back memories of watching *19 Kids and Counting* during its original run, and how meaningful it was to reconnect with Jessa's journey, now as a mother herself. Some even reminisced about specific episodes or moments from the show, drawing parallels between then and now. Comments like, "It feels like yesterday you were growing up on our screens, and I've watched you grow from a little girl to an amazing mom," underscored the deep connection viewers feel toward Jessa and her family. The admiration extended beyond nostalgia, though. Numerous fans praised Jessa's parenting skills, pointing out how evident it is that her children are thriving under her care. Observations about the kids' expressions and body language led many to comment on the palpable bond between siblings. One fan wrote, "You can see how much they adore each other. It's so sweet." While another added, "Their smiles say it all. You're doing an incredible job, Jessa." These remarks reflect not only support for Jessa, but also a collective appreciation for the values she instills in her children. Some fans took the opportunity to share personal stories inspired by Jessa's example. A number of mothers commented on how her approach to parenting has influenced their own lives, citing her patience, faith, and dedication as sources of inspiration. One woman wrote, "As a mom of 3, I look up to you so much. Your strength and grace inspire me daily." Others echoed similar sentiments, thanking Jessa for being a positive role model in a world where societal pressures can sometimes overshadow the importance of family. Humor also found its way into the mix, with fans playfully teasing Jessa about her growing brood. Jokes like, "Is number 6 on the way?" and "How do you keep track of everyone?" added levity to the overwhelmingly positive tone of the comments. Even these lighthearted remarks carried undertones of affection, further emphasizing the bond Jessa has cultivated with her audience over the years. Ultimately, the feedback revealed a community united by shared experiences, values, and admiration for Jessa's commitment to her family. Whether through nostalgic reflections, heartfelt praise, or playful banter, fans made it clear that this rare photo resonated deeply with them, not just as spectators, but as individuals who find encouragement and joy in Jessa's journey. For Jessa Duggar, balancing her roles as a public figure and a devoted mother has always been a delicate dance. Her decision to share the photo of her with all 5 children speaks volumes about her evolving approach to privacy and vulnerability. While she has long maintained a presence on social media, offering glimpses into her life through carefully chosen updates, this particular post marked a shift toward greater openness. By allowing her audience to see such an intimate moment, Jessa demonstrated a willingness to peel back the layers of her carefully curated persona and reveal the raw, unfiltered essence of her family dynamics. This move toward transparency likely stems from Jessa's desire to connect more deeply with her followers. Over the years, she has built a loyal fanbase that admires not only her achievements, but also her authenticity. By sharing moments like this, she reinforces the idea that despite her celebrity status, she remains grounded in her identity as a wife and mother. The photo serves as a reminder that behind the headlines and public appearances lies a woman navigating the same joys and challenges as any other parent. This balance between relatability and aspiration is central to Jessa's brand, and her choice to open up in this way strengthens the trust she has cultivated with her audience. At the same time, Jessa's decision reflects her understanding of the power of vulnerability in fostering genuine connections. In today's digital age, where curated perfection often dominates social media feeds, moments of authenticity stand out. By posting a candid image rather than a meticulously staged one, Jessa invites her followers to celebrate imperfection and embrace the beauty of real life. This aligns with her broader values, which emphasize humility, faith, and prioritizing relationships over appearances. It's a refreshing departure from the pressure to present a flawless image, and it resonates deeply with fans who appreciate seeing someone they admire embrace their humanity. However, this level of openness does come with risks. As a member of the Duggar family, Jessa has faced intense media scrutiny throughout her life, and sharing personal details inevitably invites further attention, both positive and negative. Yet, her willingness to take this step suggests a growing confidence in her ability to navigate the complexities of fame while staying true to herself. Rather than shying away from potential criticism, Jessa seems to be leaning into her role as a public figure who uses her platform to inspire and uplift others. Ultimately, this post reveals a new chapter in Jessa's journey, one where she continues to evolve as a person and a parent while remaining steadfast in her core values. By choosing to share such a rare and meaningful moment, she underscores her commitment to authenticity and connection, proving that even amidst the demands of public life, she remains deeply rooted in what matters most: her faith, her family, and her desire to make a positive impact on those who look up to her. The overwhelming response to Jessa Duggar's rare family photo highlights the profound impact of authenticity in today's digital landscape. In an era dominated by filtered images and meticulously crafted personas, moments of genuine vulnerability resonate deeply with audiences. Jessa's decision to share a candid snapshot of her life with all 5 children reminded her followers, and perhaps even herself, that true connection stems from embracing imperfections and celebrating the realities of everyday life. This act of openness not only strengthened her bond with her fans, but also reinforced the timeless value of prioritizing relationships over appearances. Looking ahead, this experience may inspire Jessa to continue sharing more unfiltered glimpses into her world. If anything, it demonstrates that her audience craves authenticity above all else. By leaning further into this approach, she could set a powerful example for other public figures navigating the fine line between privacy and transparency. Moreover, it offers a blueprint for fostering deeper connections in a world increasingly driven by superficial interactions. For Jessa, the lesson seems clear. Staying true to oneself while inviting others into your journey creates ripples of positivity that extend far beyond what can be measured in likes or comments. As she moves forward, one thing is certain: Jessa's influence extends beyond her immediate circle. Her willingness to embrace vulnerability serves as a reminder that even amid life's chaos, there is immense beauty in simplicity and sincerity. Whether she chooses to share another rare moment or keeps future posts equally heartfelt, her actions will undoubtedly continue to inspire countless individuals seeking guidance, encouragement, and hope. In a candid conversation that has resonated deeply with fans, Jinger and her sister-in-law, Joy Anna Forsyth, opened up about an often overlooked yet profoundly impactful aspect of mental health: religious obsessive-compulsive disorder. The discussion shed light not only on the challenges Jinger faced, but also on how these experiences shaped her journey toward healing, freedom, and a more authentic relationship with faith. This heartfelt conversation highlights the complexities of growing up in high-profile Christian families while grappling with internal struggles that many may find difficult to articulate. For those unfamiliar with ROCD, it is a form of obsessive-compulsive disorder where intrusive thoughts are centered around religious themes or practices. These can manifest as overwhelming fears of committing sin, excessive guilt over perceived moral failings, or compulsive rituals aimed at achieving spiritual purity. For Jinger, who grew up in the public eye as part of the Duggar family, a household known for its strict adherence to conservative Christian values, these symptoms were exacerbated by the intense scrutiny placed on her life from an early age. Jinger began by reflecting on her childhood, describing how she felt immense pressure to live up to certain expectations within her family and community. There was always this unspoken rule that you had to be perfect, she explained. If I didn't follow every guideline perfectly, I feared God would punish me, or worse, my family would be disappointed in me. She recalled moments when even small actions, like wearing clothing deemed slightly immodest or questioning certain teachings, triggered waves of anxiety. These feelings weren't just fleeting doubts, they consumed her thoughts and dictated her daily behavior. Joy Anna, married to Jinger's brother John David Forsyth, shared her perspective as someone close to Jinger during some of these challenging times. I remember seeing glimpses of what Jinger was going through, though I didn't fully understand it back then, Joy Anna admitted. It seemed like no matter what she did, she couldn't shake this feeling that she wasn't good enough. Not for God, not for her parents, not even for herself. The sisters-in-law emphasized that ROCD isn't simply about being devout or having strong convictions. Instead, it involves distorted thinking patterns that create a constant state of fear and self-doubt. Jinger described one particularly painful memory from her teenage years when she became fixated on whether she had prayed correctly. I would spend hours praying the same prayer over and over again because I thought if I didn't say it exactly right, God wouldn't hear me, she revealed. It got to the point where I dreaded bedtime because I knew I'd have to face another round of these obsessive prayers. This relentless cycle took a toll on Jinger's emotional well-being. She spoke about the isolation she felt, unable to confide in anyone about her inner turmoil. "I was so scared people would judge me or think I wasn't truly committed to my faith," she said. "But really, I loved God. I just couldn't break free from these obsessive thoughts." Joy Anna chimed in, acknowledging how difficult it must have been for Jinger to navigate such a rigid environment. "Growing up in our circles, there's this idea that any struggle you're facing is your fault, that you need to pray harder, read your Bible more, or try to be better," she noted. But for someone dealing with ROCD, that mindset only makes things worse. You end up trapped in this endless loop of trying to prove yourself without ever feeling like you've succeeded. As Jinger entered adulthood, she realized that something needed to change. Her marriage to Jeremy Volo marked a turning point in her life, providing her with a supportive partner who encouraged her to seek help. "Jeremy was the first person I could talk to openly about what I was experiencing," Jinger shared. "He never judged me or dismissed my feelings. Instead, he helped me see that seeking professional support wasn't a sign of weakness. It was an act of courage." With Jeremy's encouragement, Jinger began working with a therapist who specialized in treating OCD and related disorders. Through therapy, she learned coping strategies to manage her intrusive thoughts and challenge the irrational beliefs fueling her anxiety. One technique she found especially helpful was cognitive behavioral therapy, which taught her to reframe negative thought patterns and focus on living in alignment with her true values, rather than perfectionistic ideals. Reflecting on her progress, Jinger expressed gratitude for the growth she's experienced. "Healing hasn't been easy, and there are still days when those old fears creep back in," she admitted. "But now I know how to handle them. I've learned that my worth isn't tied to my ability to meet impossible standards. It comes from who I am as a child of God." Joy Anna praised Jinger for her vulnerability in sharing her story, hoping it will inspire others to seek help if they're struggling. "We all deal with different kinds of challenges, and it's okay to admit when we need support," she said. By talking openly about ROCD, Jinger is helping break down the stigma surrounding mental health issues in religious communities. The conversation also touched on broader cultural dynamics within evangelical Christianity, particularly the emphasis on outward appearances and conformity to specific rules. Both women acknowledged that while structure and discipline can provide stability, they can also unintentionally contribute to feelings of inadequacy and shame when taken to extremes. They urged listeners to prioritize grace and compassion, not only toward others, but also toward themselves. "We're all human, and none of us will ever get everything right," Joy Anna reminded viewers. "God doesn't expect perfection from us. What He wants is for us to come to Him with honest hearts, trusting Him to meet us where we are." Jinger echoed this sentiment, emphasizing the importance of authenticity in one's relationship with God. "For so long, I thought I had to earn His love by following every rule perfectly," she confessed. "But now I realize that God already loves me completely, flaws and all." That truth has been incredibly freeing. Throughout their dialogue, Jinger and Joy Anna demonstrated remarkable empathy and understanding, offering words of encouragement to anyone who might relate to Jinger's experience. They stressed that recovery is possible and that no one should suffer in silence. "If you're struggling, please reach out to someone you trust," Jinger urged. "Whether it's a friend, family member, pastor, or therapist, there are people who care about you and want to help." Their message serves as a powerful reminder that mental health struggles do not diminish one's faith. They are simply part of the human condition. By addressing topics like ROCD with honesty and vulnerability, Jinger and Joy Anna are paving the way for greater awareness and acceptance within religious communities. Their hope is that others will feel empowered to confront their own challenges, knowing they are not alone. As the conversation drew to a close, Jinger reflected on how far she's come since those dark days of battling ROCD. "Looking back, I see how much I've grown, not just in my mental health, but in my understanding of God's love," she said with a smile. "I used to think I had to earn his approval, but now I know he's been cheering me on all along. That realization has changed everything." In sharing her story, Jinger Vuolo has not only reclaimed her own sense of peace, but has also become a beacon of hope for countless individuals navigating similar struggles. Together with Joy-Anna Forsyth, she has sparked a vital conversation about the intersection of faith and mental health, one that promises to inspire healing and transformation for years to come. In recent years, the Duggar family has been a focal point of public fascination, largely due to their appearances on reality television and their adherence to a highly traditional lifestyle. Among the many aspects of their lives that have drawn scrutiny is their approach to education, particularly their decision to homeschool their children. Recently, Joy-Anna Duggar, one of the younger members of the family, found herself at the center of controversy after revealing that she spends only 40 minutes a day homeschooling her young son Gideon. This revelation quickly sparked heated debates among critics, educators, and fans alike, raising questions about the efficacy of such a minimalistic approach to education and whether it aligns with modern educational standards. Joy-Anna, the fifth child of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, married Austin Forsyth in 2017 and welcomed her first child, Gideon, in 2018. As part of the Duggar family's deeply religious and conservative values, Joy-Anna has embraced homeschooling as a way to instill faith-based teachings and provide a tailored learning environment for her son. However, the announcement that she dedicates just 40 minutes a day to formal instruction has ignited a firestorm of criticism. Detractors argue that this limited time frame falls far short of what is typically recommended for early childhood education, while supporters defend her methods as reflective of her family's unique priorities and circumstances. The backlash against Joy-Anna's homeschooling routine underscores broader societal tensions surrounding alternative education models. For some, her approach represents an extreme example of prioritizing familial or religious values over academic rigor, while others see it as a legitimate choice within the context of her upbringing and beliefs. Regardless of where one stands on the issue, the debate highlights the complexities involved in balancing parental autonomy with concerns about a child's intellectual and social development. As the conversation unfolds, it becomes clear that this controversy is not merely about the number of minutes spent teaching, but also touches on deeper questions about parenting philosophies, cultural expectations, and the role of education in shaping future generations. The Duggar family's commitment to homeschooling is deeply rooted in their religious and cultural values, which emphasize the importance of maintaining a strong Christian foundation in all aspects of life. For the Duggars, education is viewed not merely as an academic pursuit, but as an extension of their faith, designed to cultivate moral character, spiritual growth, and practical life skills. This philosophy aligns with their belief that parents are the primary stewards of their children's upbringing, entrusted with the responsibility of shaping their worldview in accordance with biblical principles. As a result, homeschooling allows them to tailor the curriculum to reflect their values, integrating scripture, prayer, and discussions about faith into daily lessons. Central to their approach is the idea that less can sometimes be more when it comes to formal instruction. The Duggars subscribe to the notion that children learn best through hands-on experiences, real-world applications, and natural curiosity, rather than rigid, hours-long academic sessions. They view education as a holistic process that extends beyond textbooks and structured lessons, encompassing activities such as household chores, outdoor exploration, and interpersonal interactions. For Joy-Anna, spending 40 minutes a day on focused teaching aligns with this broader perspective, as she believes that much of a child's learning occurs organically throughout the day. In her view, this method fosters independence, creativity, and a love for lifelong learning, qualities she considers essential for Gideon's development. Critics may argue that 40 minutes is insufficient for meeting educational benchmarks, but Joy-Anna and her family counter that their approach compensates for shorter instructional periods by creating a rich, immersive learning environment. By emphasizing quality over quantity, they aim to ensure that every moment spent in direct teaching is meaningful and impactful. This philosophy reflects their confidence in the power of intentional parenting and their conviction that a child's education should be seamlessly woven into the fabric of family life, guided by love, patience, and faith. The Duggars' unconventional approach to homeschooling has attracted significant criticism from both educational experts and public figures who question its adequacy in preparing children for the demands of modern society. Dr. Emily Thompson, a renowned educational psychologist, voiced her concerns, stating, "While individualized attention is beneficial, limiting structured education to 40 minutes a day could potentially hinder a child's cognitive development." She emphasized that early childhood education plays a critical role in laying foundational skills in literacy, numeracy, and social interaction, which require consistent and extended engagement. Dr. Thompson further noted that without sufficient exposure to diverse subjects and problem-solving scenarios, children might struggle to adapt academically later in life. Public opinion has been equally divided, with many expressing disbelief at the brevity of Joy-Anna Duggar's homeschooling schedule. Social media platforms have become hotbeds of discussion, where users often express skepticism about the long-term effectiveness of such a minimalist approach. One parent commented online, "40 minutes? That's barely enough time to cover basic reading and math, let alone foster critical thinking or creativity." Another remarked, "It seems like an abdication of responsibility to give a child so little structured learning time." Educators, too, have weighed in, highlighting the importance of a well-rounded curriculum that balances academics with physical education, arts, and social sciences. Ms. Laura Bennett, a veteran elementary school teacher, argued that children need varied stimuli to develop fully. Limiting their exposure to different educational experiences could restrict their ability to explore interests and talents outside the home setting. She suggested that while incorporating everyday activities into learning is valuable, it should supplement, not replace, structured educational activities. Furthermore, some critics worry about the potential social implications of such a constrained educational model. They argue that reduced interaction with peers during formative years could impact a child's ability to navigate complex social environments, collaborate effectively, and build interpersonal skills crucial for personal and professional success. These criticisms collectively underscore a growing concern about whether the Duggars' homeschooling strategy sufficiently equips children to thrive in a rapidly evolving world. Despite the widespread criticism, proponents of Joy-Anna Duggar's homeschooling approach argue that her methods are not only valid, but also aligned with a broader understanding of education that transcends traditional classroom boundaries. Advocates highlight the flexibility and personalized nature of homeschooling, emphasizing that it allows parents to tailor instruction to their child's unique needs, pace, and interests. For families like the Duggars, who prioritize faith-based values and experiential learning, this flexibility is seen as a strength rather than a limitation. By focusing on quality over quantity, Joy-Anna ensures that the 40 minutes of structured teaching each day are purposeful and engaging, fostering a deep understanding of core concepts rather than superficial memorization. Supporters also stress the importance of recognizing alternative forms of learning that occur outside formal instruction. Daily activities such as cooking, gardening, and household chores provide practical, hands-on opportunities for children to develop problem-solving skills, mathematical reasoning, and scientific inquiry. For instance, measuring ingredients while baking can reinforce math concepts, while tending to plants teaches biology and environmental stewardship. These real-world applications make learning more relevant and memorable, encouraging children to connect abstract ideas to tangible experiences. Additionally, unstructured playtime and social interactions with siblings or community members help cultivate creativity, emotional intelligence, and teamwork, skills that are often underemphasized in conventional schooling. Moreover, defenders of Joy-Anna's approach point out that homeschooling allows for a more balanced lifestyle, free from the pressures and rigid schedules of traditional education. By dedicating fewer hours to formal instruction, families can prioritize rest, outdoor exploration, and spiritual practices, fostering a sense of well-being and reducing stress. This holistic focus on a child's overall development, rather than solely on academic achievement, resonates with many who believe that education should nurture the whole person, mind, body, and spirit. While critics may dismiss 40 minutes as inadequate, supporters argue that the true measure of an effective education lies not in the quantity of time spent, but in the depth of understanding and the richness of experiences gained. The debate surrounding Joy-Anna Duggar's homeschooling approach reflects broader societal tensions between differing cultural perspectives on education and the extent of parental autonomy in shaping a child's learning journey. In many Western societies, formal education is often viewed as a standardized process governed by state-mandated curricula and measurable outcomes, emphasizing literacy, numeracy, and critical thinking skills. This framework assumes that prolonged, structured instruction is essential for equipping children with the tools needed to succeed in an increasingly competitive global landscape. Critics of Joy-Anna's methods frequently cite these norms, arguing that deviating from established educational benchmarks risks compromising a child's intellectual and social development. Conversely, other cultures and subcultures, including certain religious communities like the Duggars, place greater emphasis on familial values, faith-based teachings, and experiential learning. For these groups, education is not confined to textbooks or classrooms, but extends into everyday life, where lessons about morality, responsibility, and spiritual growth take precedence. This perspective champions parental autonomy, asserting that parents are uniquely qualified to determine what constitutes a meaningful education for their children. By choosing homeschooling, families like the Duggars exercise their right to tailor their child's learning environment to align with their beliefs and priorities, even if it diverges from mainstream expectations. This clash of values highlights the delicate balance between respecting parental freedom and ensuring that children receive an education that prepares them for the complexities of modern life. While some advocate for stricter oversight of homeschooling practices, others warn against imposing uniform standards that could infringe upon cultural or religious freedoms. Ultimately, the controversy underscores the need for nuanced conversations about how diverse approaches to education can coexist within a pluralistic society, respecting both individual choice and collective responsibility for nurturing future generations. The debate over Joy-Anna Duggar's homeschooling approach encapsulates the broader tension between upholding personal and cultural traditions while addressing the realities of contemporary education. On one hand, her decision to dedicate only 40 minutes a day to formal instruction reflects a deliberate effort to honor her family's faith-based values and embrace a flexible, experiential model of learning. On the other hand, critics raise valid concerns about whether this minimalist approach provides sufficient academic rigor and social exposure to prepare Gideon for the challenges of an increasingly complex world. Striking a balance between these perspectives requires acknowledging the legitimacy of diverse educational philosophies, while also recognizing the importance of equipping children with foundational skills and critical competencies. Ultimately, Joy-Anna's choices highlight the complexity of navigating parental autonomy within the framework of societal expectations. While her methods may work within the context of her family's lifestyle, they also invite reflection on how alternative education models can evolve to meet the demands of modern life without sacrificing core values. Encouraging open dialogue and mutual respect between differing viewpoints could pave the way for innovative solutions that honor tradition while embracing progress.